the next segment of the show we have coming up, beloveds, is question and answer session.
I got a question. I got a question.
I have a group of friends, 6 total from college. We're all cool and generally use the chat to talk about sports, girls, and entertainment.
Oh, that's no.
I almost thought this was you, Dex. Almost.
Wait, say that again, Will?
I almost thought this was you, and then it said sports, girls, and entertainment. So
that's why I talk about it in some of my chats, just not with you guys.
Oh, you don't talk about sports, girls, and entertainment.
In my other chats.
Recently, one of the guys asked us to chip in money so that he could put it towards an engagement. And I know that ain't Dex. I refuse to pay for a nigga's engagement ring. What do y'all?
What's funny about this?
What would y'all do?
I'm not as flabbergasted as people may think I'd be. If it was my best friend and I had the money and he really needed help, I would help him.
Now define best friend.
Jason.
So if me or Will asks you in our chat, like, hey,
if William, yes, you know.
Oh, damn. rankings. Men love rankings. Breaking news. I just rather you just not tell me what it's for then. Just like
so Jason, I'm like, I really need a couple dollars and you had it, you wouldn't give it to me?
If you said for an engagement ring?
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. That's the thing. Like if you said it was for an engagement ring, I'd be like, don't you want to buy that yourself? Like, ain't that something you want to do?
I kind of am with Ty because as friends, we've paid for much less important things. This is something that's actually important. You wouldn't help finance that?
But it's not. But it's the engagement ring is supposed to be from the person to the person.
It is from the person, but what if the person couldn't afford? See, like
that's from the community. Like you belong to the streets at that point.
Ain't nothing but our counterparts getting
you belong to the crew
of our need for ridiculous stuff. If we want to help you find out,
so let me get this straight.
You don't pay for me to go. You'll pay for me to go eat Waffle House, or if we go to Fridays and people eating chicken off the floor. You'll find
you poop that out. You don't poop out a ring like that stays on your finger. You belong to the streets.
Every time you see that ring, you'll be like, "Yeah, I put that bitch on."
That's me. That's me.
Also, that's me. So, I could pay for your Waffle House for a year, and that still won't equal up to the amount of an engagement ring. Also, with my real friends.
Wait. Before you even go on, are you offering to pay for me for Waffle House for a year?
Well, I would never eat in a Waffle House personally. But like also like with me and my real friends, like if I were to give any of them money to pay for a ring, like these are the same people who I would ask to be in the wedding. So you mean to tell me you're going to ask me to pay for your wedding ring, your engagement ring, then you're going to turn around and ask me to be in your wedding and pay for a tux and if it's a destination or whatever, I have to pay to get there? Like that's ridiculous.
Ooh. And then what happens if
you are like some people you just don't turn down because in order for somebody to be that close to you, they probably have sacrificed a lot of stuff and done a lot of stuff for you. So if you came to me, like not no group chat, no foolish stuff. Like if you came to me one-on-one, it was like, I really need help. I want to get this ring. Sometimes it's not about like sometimes you just want to get it faster. Like there's like a timeline that you want to get it faster because you have a big plan. If you come to me and like I need help. And I have it, and I didn't have kids like I do now.
But yeah, like that's not what if you asking for money for an engagement, that's at least 3 figures. Like because, that's not a little bit of money.
You said chip in, not buy it. I'm not gonna buy it.
That's why he did it in the group chat, so all 6 of them could chip in.
Even chipping in on an engagement ring, it's 3 figures. Like, what you mean? $50 in an engagement ring is not going to do nothing.
Like, what happens if you were saving up for your engagement ring and I gave you like $200, that puts you somewhere.
That's 3 figures. That's 3 bands.
But wait a minute. So what happens if y'all get divorced? Like, do I get my money back? Do I get a piece of the ring? Like,
do I get my money back if I
money too? Like,
last suit? No, you get to support me in my divorce status.
I think overall, like we're obviously can't agree with this.
I'm not investing in your marriage.
I don't feel comfortable giving someone
can't relate.
All right, let me wrap that question up. Here's what you do.
I didn't have to do that.
You didn't
You
have
go to a local pawn shop and you sell something and you get the money you need. Your friends are not financing your. They're not doing that. They're not financing your ring. My new husband, mostly while sleeping and other random times throughout the day, has a habit of picking his butt and.
Oh my god.
Okay. And this is why I cannot be a journalist. And sprinkling bits across the bed that I'll find and get you'll find and get gross
in his butt,
as well as other areas around the house too. I know that people can sometimes be into weird things, but I can't tell you how unappealing it is to be in the bed and spot crumbs.
Oh, crumbs!
And it destroys any mood for me personally. How the heck do I tell him that he has to stop without coming off weird and condescending? He does it under the covers, and I have no clue about it, and I don't want to sleep where there's literal ish crumbs laying.
So let me say this before we begin. This is what the hell I'm talking about. This is the type of question that we've been waiting for. Like, people got to stop sending us their bullshit, and this is our expertise right here. Now, y'all, what the hell is going on?
You just wanted to prop up the person who wrote this. That's it. Okay.
That's it.
Yeah. What do you do with person who has literal poop crumbs in the bed?
First of all, where is that coming from?
Slice his throat.
Slice his throat.
Slice his throat. Like, that is
Your fingers probably stink.
And how did this become your significant other? Slice your own throat. How did this become your significant other? This person got on their knees with crumbs hanging out their butt and proposed to you, and you said yes.
What?
That people do anything to get married. What?
See, this is probably from a woman who's shaving and leaving hairs around all around the place. What she needs to do is hang in there with her husband and get in that shower and clean him. Be a good wife and clean
your own butt. That's not like good. Clean your own butt. Like, why would you have enough crumbs to leave on the bed in your butt?
Why don't you be a decent wife, and instead of talking about him out in the streets and putting his business out there, why don't you get in the shower with your husband and wash his
and like, what do you do? Detach his dingleberries? Like, what are you going to do in the shower with him?
Make sure he clean. You make sure he's
there's something wrong with that butt.
See, that's what she needs to do.
She literally rolls around in bed and feels crumbs in the bed and around the house. How much butt crumbs do you have?
How do you get them out? Like, what are you doing?
Let's just move on because let's move on. I don't got it in me.
I will give you this one. That was good.
I feel it right here. So there's no way that you are laying down next to that man and you don't feel it right here too. You need to start throwing back. You need to. He does.
You have to beat his ass. Like, it's no way. Like, this has to become an abusive relationship. There's no way out. Like, he needs his ass beat.
If y'all are talking about marriage, is he talking about a prenup? Because if not, slide on in there and steal up that man's money. Don't you all let anything stop you from getting your money, okay? Make your money, honey. Don't let it make you.
My grandmom recently died, and my family has been putting up pictures of her as their Facebook pictures. I feel like it's not nice to say this, but I'm hesitant to put up pictures of her because she wasn't the most photogenic.
Come on.
And didn't do a good job taking care of Jason, come on.
I didn't make a read the question.
and didn't do a good job
I'm
taking care of
leaving.
the few teeth she did have. My aunts are starting to call me out for not posting, and I'm running out of good excuses. I don't got nothing for you. Like I
I
have
am freaking
nothing for you.
baffled by that.
Wow.
Not wow. I mean, you just if someone has jokes, you're just gonna have to have jokes back. Like you shouldn't be afraid to post your grandmother just because you think that people are going to have jokes. Like if someone is bold enough to have jokes, as you put up a memorial to your dead grandma, I feel like you should have pain. I'm not gonna say bullets because that can get me taken down, but pain should be in their future.
Grandma was tore up from the floor. It was like,
Feel like this is not nice to
I'm
say,
not putting her tail up here.
but I'm hesitant to put the pictures up because she wasn't the most photogenic and she didn't do a good job taking care of the.
She don't got no
teeth
pictures like this.
Jason, please make
She
sure you
can't do that?
bookmark. Please make sure you bookmark today because this has to go on the award. This is probably the best question we've received all year.
You can't just grin without showing her teeth.
I can't believe William missed this question. That is
He would have loved
hilarious.
A lot of us got ugly grandma.
A lot of folks got ugly grandmas. That is so bad.
Listen,
It's rough.
honestly, but just to be, devil's advocate or whatever, you don't have to post her if you don't want to. It's your Facebook page.
I mean, throw Facetune on it.
I'm sure her name was Rose or Lily or some shit like that.
I'm positive
Throw up a flower.
Facetune could do a job, just like Dex's photography did. So it's possible.
Throw a filter on her or put a flower in there and say Lily
God.
Rose. They all got them flower names.
Look, the thing is, she was pretty enough to get laid to have you. So that's the only thing that was important. Someone loved her, and that's all that mattered. So at the end of the day, you can post her. It don't matter if no one likes her.
And I don't think anybody is realistically like, oh, they grandma, I'm ugly. Like, who does that? Nobody.
Nobody would do that.
Like, nobody cares about how somebody's grandma looks.
That's a little rude. Dex is like flabbergasted.
This is really taking me out. Like this
You
question
are
is really
aghast.
taking me out. I'm really trying to just be like present and like be here with the show, but you really put up a question about somebody sprinkling shit out of their ass, and you really the fact that y'all can all just move on from that. Like I just don't want to be here anymore.
My boyfriend.
Of course. A black.
My boyfriend, black, can't cook, but loves to post my dishes on Facebook like they are his.
Relatable.
He and I are hosting Thanksgiving this year, and I recently came across some messages in his phone from his family about their excitement to visit. We're in Philly. They're in South Carolina. But make sure Karen ain't in the kitchen. For your information, I'm no Karen. Fried chicken like the best of them.
The best of them. Who's them? Who's them?
I boycott cooking or maybe add some real white tears in the cornbread mix. LOL. What do you all think? Karen.
I love it. I love it. No. Yo, jeez, I don't know. Like,
what are we supposed to say?
Add some raisins to that macaroni and cheese and wear them out.
Wear that family ass out.
you
Do
know,
all
I'm,
the classics, raisins and whatever the heck, whatever. What y'all
Green bean casserole.
green bean. Yeah, wear that family out. Do the whole
Wear it out.
but I am.
White potato salad.
But look, I am anti going through somebody's phone. Like, I don't think you should do that. However, I do feel like there's some microaggressions here when you're talking about frying chicken and cornbread. Like, that kind of offends me a little bit. I think that you should not go to Thanksgiving and like let the grandma get in there and she deal with it. Like, you don't go.
Oh, Dexter
You really can't cook as well as grandma. I'll tell you that now. But
and you know she can. She ain't
fried chicken with the best of it.
the best.
I can fry chicken with it, but that offends me actually.
the best of the rest of them white women. She fried
Look,
chicken.
Jerome, you better leave her alone.
Oh, you know what you should do too? Make sure you get you some cornflakes for that chicken.
Ooh.
And wear that family out.
Put some marshmallows in that macaroni
Or if you were really offended by what you read, put some laxatives in the food. And
Oh yeah.
And
let grandma have it.
This was so full circle. This is like a full circle moment now.
Oh, Kanisha trying to act like she be at home cooking. What's cornbread, man?
Scratch, you see it.
She go ahead. She mixed the cornmeal herself. She said, "I get the corn. I meal it." Okay.
This was a good one. I like this question.
All my friends cook from scratch.
Love catching you all on YouTube, and I wanted to ask a question. I recently noticed that my neighbor down the hall has the same welcome mat as me. I didn't think much of it until this morning. I looked at my mat and realized that we don't have the same mat. I think my neighbor switched out our mats, and I want to confront her, but I'm not positive. What would you do?
Switch my mat back and see if she noticed.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Because she's gonna have to come say something to you. So yeah, that's a very good idea.
Then when she does, just be like, "Oh, these damn kids! I don't even know." Here,
Hey, man, this is my mat.
You know, you took my mat, and you saw that I took my mat back. Now come do something.
That's what you would say when you answered the door, Ty?
Yeah, I'm like, that's you knew that was mine. I'm not fooling around with this. I'm not about to sit here and second guess myself. I know my mat when I see it. Like, you lost your damn mind. I know that's mine. I don't be stomping all on my mat. Take good care of mine. So I see you, my mat all faded and jagged. That's your mat. I'm coming for my mat.
How can you prove it? What if they call the police?
No. I'm not about to prove nothing. I know it's mine because I saw it. Like, you're not trying to play me. That's mine.
So when they come knock on your door, they say, "Excuse me, I think you have my mat."
And close my door.
And don't.
They're gonna take it back, and you're gonna have to come see them, Ty.
Yeah, we're going to keep going back and forth, still in mats.
Back and forth, still in that same mat.
They're gonna put that monkey track on there for when you come out your room.
That's
come
all
out
right.
your house.
You can call me a monkey. I don't care. You're gonna be upset. It's gonna be highly unaffected.
Eric said he can write his name on the back of the mat. And like white out. Yeah, that's how you really find out whether or not it's yours or not.
It was the same mat. I think it's mine. Like, you know that's your mat. Go get your stuff.
Hold on, Vance. Have you taken your recycling bin every week? That's kind of terrible.
Vance doesn't come across as the person that would let somebody. Maybe they're older.
Yeah, maybe they're old, Ty. Maybe they're forgetful. Maybe they have dementia.
That's all right.
That's all right. Well, we do appreciate you catching us on YouTube. I feel like most people don't watch us on YouTube.
You have your headphones in or something. Someone's like tapping. You're like, "What the hell do you want? Leave me alone." And can you reach this? Like, what do I look like?
I've actually been asked to reach things for people also.
Oh, William.
Now you lying.
Like, seriously. Like, for you to be that nasty.
Let's move on. Because he's going to go here lying.
Oh, William.
Okay.
They were in the story. You were the best they could do.
They start this off, y'all, with long story short. There's nothing short about this. All right, but long story short, I allowed a friend of mine and her two kids, ages 7 and 10, to move in with me because they had been evicted and were living in their apartment. She was in an abusive situation, had fled to a homeless shelter. The shelter made them leave each day, and they had to be back in line by 5 p.m. to secure a spot for the night. And because she was trying to work and get the kids from school, sometimes by the time they made it back to the shelter, there were no spots left. I allowed them to move in, and I was not charging her any rent and just asked her to help out with keeping my home clean and doing what she could with food and stuff. After about 3 months, she would start being gone for long periods, leaving me with the kids. She started going out like Friday and not calling or even showing up to the next Monday morning. When it was time to take the kids to school, I eventually found out she had met some guy and was staying with him some nights. I had several conversations with her that I was not her babysitter and that those were her babies to watch and not mine. And they were too young to be home alone. Well, unbeknownst to me, she got married.
Oh.
Yes, married, and asked if I could watch the kids for a week because the new husband had surprised her with a trip to DR. I was
Dominican Republic.
hesitant. Dominican Republic. I was hesitant, but I eventually said okay. She didn't return when she was supposed to and kept making excuses about why they couldn't come back. After she was gone for 3 full weeks, I told her if she didn't return by Monday, I was calling CPS and reporting that she had abandoned her kids. She didn't come back until the end of the 4th week. I
Damn.
called CPS and the children were taken into foster care.
That's
Now
right.
everyone is mad at me. Was I wrong for calling CPS? I know she was wrong for not coming home. I believe all her reasons were lies. And she was just using me as a babysitter while she had fun in the sun. All right.
Everyone's mad at you. Tell everybody to kiss your ass. I wish I would. I would have called after the first couple days. You talking about
Days. Days. You would have called
you got days. Get your ass back here and get these kids. You have days. I might give you 3 days.
3 days.
3 days.
That's a lot. I mean, I understand because once you
I'm
put
not
once you
watching
put kids in the system, like it's
And they in there. You go get them.
they're in there. Yeah, you're right. They're in there, and it's hard for you to get them out. And
No, you
that mom's
grandma
gonna have
can
to
go get
prove
'em.
she's gonna have to
They
prove that she has a safe house and a safe
And
place
she
for those
don't.
kids
So
to
tell
live.
grandma I'm gonna get them because I don't want them.
So I mean, I understand why. I'm not saying I don't know who everyone is, but I understand the concern for the children by putting them, into foster care. But they're not your kids to take care of at the end of the day. At the end of the day, when it ends, as people used to say in Philly, at the end of the day, when it ends, like those aren't your kids. You have to give those kids to somebody else. Like I'm not paying for 4 weeks, a month.
Now, I will say though, who are the people that are upset though? Because they really could have came and took the kids while
Right,
you were
that's what I'm saying. Y'all didn't come ask for the
And
kids.
I bet they didn't when she was like, "Oh my God," they were like, "Girl," and that's all they said.
Eric said you got a couple hours. A couple hours.
Yeah, I'm not watching kids long term. Like I can't do that. And you're living in my house, eating up my food.
4 weeks is a little much,
If
but a
it's
couple
my
hours. I'll give you more than a couple
brother's
hours.
kid, I might give him a week.
That's a lot.
I'm never gonna call CPS on my own nephew, but she don't know them kids.
They're eating up her food.
And them kids probably bad. You know them kids bad as all get out.
I recently bought my daughter
Oh
MacBook
boy.
Pro.
Okay, ghetto.
I know that's right. You bored it. I bored
I
it.
recently brung my daughter a MacBook Pro. She is starting high school and asked me to buy it.
Ask me.
She asked me. She asked me to buy it for her before school started. My daughter lives with my
Daughter.
ex-wife, her mother,
Mother.
and her mother and stepdaddy.
That's
Stepfather.
Way's first mistake. My daughter ain't living with nobody's stepdad.
Her stepfather. I
Father.
pay the court-ordered child support, and I see my daughter every other weekend.
Mother.
For the most part, her mother and I co-parent fairly well. However, here's the problem. I got a call from my daughter who was upset and almost crying to the point that I couldn't understand her. Apparently, her and her mother got into an argument, as they often do, and her mother took the MacBook from her and returned it to Best Buy and got her a Chromebook in its place. Oh,
Nasty.
I know that's right.
ooh, this is nasty. When I called her mother to talk about it, she said, "What I do in my house is my business."
Oh.
And while I understand that, I was the one who paid $2,700
We got her
for
to
that
do it.
computer, while that Chromebook only cost about $400. I told her I at least wanted my $2,300 back, and she is refusing to return the money. My daughter is saying that her mom used the money to buy her and her 2 little brothers and her little stepdaddy a Chromebook as well. I haven't verified if that is true, but if so, I will be pissed. I want to keep our relationship civil. So what should I do about at least getting back my $2,300? Suggestions? By the way, her mother is now not taking my calls or returning my texts.
Texas.
My Texas.
Not you being IT for the entire family. I don't think
He funded the whole family's computers.
Like you know that
a computer lab.
that mom used whatever the daughter did as an excuse to take that MacBook back, get everybody a Chromebook, and did that intentionally. And whether your daughter got in trouble or not, she would have ended up doing that. And that's some real foul shit.
And why are you buying the stepdad a laptop? That's a bit much for me.
I don't think she bought the stepdad. I can't imagine her buying the stepdad a Chromebook.
Yeah, isn't that what it said? Like she bought the dad.
Yeah, she bought her two little brothers and a stepdad a Chromebook.
They didn't buy him a stepdad. They did not buy him a Chromebook. That's
what,
like when kids tell that when they tell a story, they add stuff to it to make it worse. They're really like because she know like, oh, you bought the other kids one. The daughter is smart. Like, oh, you bought the other kids one. You're not going to be mad. When you find out that you bought the stepdad a Chromebook, like that's really going to set you off, and that's what the daughter was trying to do, set you off. Well, she did not buy the dad a Chromebook.
Well, either way, if she did, she had enough money. She could buy 6 Chromebooks for the price of that $2,700.
I will tell you, she ain't got that money.
You're not getting that back.
Oh,
you're not getting that money back.
And you know what she probably did? Not only did she buy the little stepfather a Chromebook too, she took him out on a nice little date with a hotel room.
You know what she did?
Take him to Fogo the Child.
They got that gold wrap.
They had that $200 date on you.
Let me tell you something. I would go ahead on to that court and let them know. And now I'm not paying as much child support because the father is out here spending my money.
If you go from, first of all, a $2,700 MacBook is a really good computer, and you go from that to a little Chromebook that's computing around.
Because had a good point. How did your daughter? How did she return a MacBook that you bought?
Because she didn't go back with a receipt. She went back and got store credit for it, and then they were like, "Well, we can't give you the money back."
If I go to Apple with somebody else's computer, they're gonna give me store credit.
If you go to Best Buy, they will. You go to Best Buy or Walmart or something like that, and you go to return that computer.
That's something else. With your child's computer, they're definitely going to give you the store credit.
Yeah, but if you can't prove that you purchased it.
Well, you don't have to. And that's another thing that's how you know she's really not going to get that money back, because she definitely didn't have a receipt. So she did a store credit situation. And that's the reason why she maxed it out and got all those other Chromebooks and stuff, because she needed to spend as much of the money as possible. She probably got herself a new phone too.
And she she did, because that $2,700 MacBook.
What type of punishment is that though? You go from the $2,700 to a raggedy ass Chromebook, and you're
that's not a punishment. That's a come up.
She got him the PS5 bill.
You know, she walked in there was like, I want the PS5 and that sound system. Is that sound system compatible for his Toyota?
I should go show you on my Chromebook that this job gave me.
Do you want the warranty?
I want the 2-year warranty.
Oh, yeah. You know, when it's tax season or you spending somebody else's money, you always getting the warranty. Max it out.
Best Buy got they got some appliances now. She probably got her a couple things. One of them little TVs with the curve.
Oh no! Please.
Y'all seen them things?
No, wait a minute. That one's a little more than just a MacBook, so she put that one on layaway.
She got that. The waiting for it.
She got the little wall mount to go with it.
And
that's why she's not answering the phone. She don't want you to see that new TV.
That's what it is.
She's not answering the phone because the information still transferring. No, she got a new phone.
That's exactly what I was about to say. New number. Who that?
Yeah, she definitely got a new phone. I forgot about that. She definitely, and the watch to go with it.
This is why when I was younger, there was always kids, and I never quite understood it, but they would always be like, I got this, and this. And I'd be like, where? And they'd be like, at my daddy's house. You got to keep the good stuff at your house. You can't be sending it over to the mom's house.
That's right.
You know what? I'm not sending it to the mom's house. My daughter. As soon as you get a man, she come to live over here. I don't trust my man. You can keep that.
My younger sister, her husband, her son, our parents, and I recently took a flight to Hawaii for a family reunion. My sister and her husband booked themselves first-class tickets and booked our parents economy. The child back here with us. I told my sister said I found it very rude that they would only book first class tickets for themselves and not the rest of us. My sister's response was, "Girl, bye." Am I being too sensitive, or was this rude of her?
It's petty.
Your own kids back there with y'all?
My favorite part about this whole thing is that had the child back here with us. You was back there too. That's why you upset. Checks ain't cashing.
She thought it was gonna be something different. That's what she thought.
Sit back there and pacify your nephew and move on.
Well,
And move on. Girl, bye. Exactly like what
I'm
your sister
okay with
said.
you not getting us first class tickets, but I don't want your child back here with us. Like, put your child there with you.
Absolutely not. The poors watch the children.
They stuck their parents back there. Like, put your.
I like that.
what you mean? They gonna run up in their house with cameras?
The cameras don't stop you from running up in no house.
What stopped you from running up in the house?
You know what stopped you from. There's only one thing that stops you from running up in the house.
Somebody has been going in the refrigerator at my job and stealing my breast milk. I know breast milk can be sold on the black market for a lot of money, but I never seen someone at my own job would resort to stealing it. I pump at work in a lactation room, and then take it to the refrigerator to store until my shift is over. This happened 3 times. How can I find out who keeps stealing my milk without screaming, "Who took my shit?"
Scream, who took my shit? Move on.
A little bit of bleach in there, and trust me, you will know.
Right.
A little bleach.
But what if that's the batch they don't take? Then you just wasted a batch of breast. Like, I don't think you understand.
It's fine. You're proving the point. A little bit of bleach, it'll make all your problems go away.
You might kill someone's baby.
You gonna kill someone's baby?
Well,
Right, Dex. What you gonna do?
Well,
What are they selling it to somebody?
They're taking it themselves and they're drinking it.
Ew. No, I don't think so. Like dipping Oreos in it? Is that what you're saying?
They put it on their corn pops. Put in their little coffee.
So nasty. Coffee creamer.
Wait,
Here's the thing.
like people can steal somebody else's milk and feed their baby with it? I didn't know that.
People buy breast milk like from other people.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, it's a pretty lucrative business.
Don't put no bleach in there then.
Put bleach in there. They don't belong to
they're
them.
feeding it to somebody. They're feeding it to their baby.
So what? Stop stealing. If you need it, just ask. Don't be too. See, that's the problem. People be too proud to ask. If you need something, ask for what you need.
No, you don't never need my breast milk. I'm sorry.
Lord help me. My coworker, let's call her Lisa, recently had a baby and sent the photo to the office email. I took a screenshot of the picture and sent it to another coworker saying the baby looked like an aardvark because it does.
That's so rude.
Now I accidentally sent the message to a group thread with coworkers planning a baby shower for Lisa. No one has commented, and I don't know how to keep them from telling her about my snafu. What say you?
You need to walk up to all of them and say, "Y'all don't think the baby look like an aardvark? Is it just me?" You need to make a joke out of it because it's going to be too awkward otherwise.
And you better walk up with a gift for Lisa's baby too.
You better have the biggest gift,
the biggest one on the daggone registry. You better have.
Wait a minute.
The gift better come from you.
Wait a minute. This is what an aardvark is? You can't see what? Wait. You know what an aardvark is?
Yes, like Arthur. Yeah, like an anteater, like Arthur. Hey, yeah, there we go.
Yep.
You want to screen? There we go. Oh, show the people who may not know what an aardvark looks like.
Yeah, like how could you, right?
You said that this is somebody's child?
Yeah, that's rude. I mean,
that's ignorant as hell.
You can embrace it at this point. You can't go back and act like you didn't say it. So you need to go ahead.
Yes, hell, I can. I would never bring that up again.
No, you got to own that because
you got to own it.
You have to.
If I'm in this group chat and this is my friend Lisa, I'm telling.
I wouldn't tell Lisa that because I think that would hurt Lisa more than it would hurt the person's reputation. So I would just keep it to myself. But just know that you're a nasty bitch. So don't don't even try to talk to me after that because you be talking about everybody.
And you know this one, dude.
Or another tip is you can say T9, blame it on T9 and autocorrect, and say that you meant to say adorable instead of aardvark.
That's a good one.
Say
but she said looks like a.
Looks like
you could have said I meant to say angel.
That's a lot of words for angel.
You can or you can blame it on like the voice detection. Say I just thought that's what it said and then look down at it after I said it.
I was driving.
It detected the wrong word.
Yeah, you turned angel into aardvark. Yeah, that's possible.
All this to say, where's Jason's wife? Because he lies really decently. And I
know Jason, that was real smooth the way you threw that out there.
Well, I was thinking, what's A that he could pass this off with? Like, there's nothing A that they could pass this off with. So
Toya said they can say I said what I said.
Your baby is ugly and we don't like it.
Sean said in 2021 we ain't lying no more. Tell what was said. I'm not built like that. I'm never going to insult somebody's baby and then tell them like, oh, that's what I meant.
I'm not about to insult someone's kid, man. That's not.
I sure can't either. I ain't even got no kids. I can't go insulting nobody, baby. Mine come out looking like
just like the one you insulted.
Exactly. What's the record for most days you've gone without changing underwear? My boyfriend says it's not uncommon to wear underwear for 2 days in a row. Thoughts? Is there a determining factor? Stains, skid marks?
Dang!
That's the three S's: stains, skid marks, and smell.
That needs to be the name of this show: stains, skid marks, and smell.
I've never gone more than 1 day. I've
never gone more than 1 day.
No.
Latoya said, "Okay, good night."
Well, I am in the United States. I'm gonna make this clear. Sometimes when we are out in the field or deployed, you don't always have the chance to shower.
Here we go.
All
right.
No, seriously, this is
what's your PR?
Huh?
What's your PR? What's your personal record?
14 days.
14 days. Where
did you have skid marks and all that?
Because I just can't disclose where we were, like our location, but we were out in the fields with God. You hear me? Okay.
But I think that's a different circumstance.
Yeah.
Sitting around your house and letting your ass just like mellow in whatever the hell you got going on.
Sweating in that stuff. 14 days is a long time.
I think if you
think so,
like whatever.
You think so, but when you're running down a damn hill from the Taliban, you ain't got time to change. Get on the good foot. Okay.
That's a different circumstance. You can't count those types of circumstances. I'm just talking about you're in the city, you got running water, you got a couple pairs of drawers, hopefully, and you just didn't change them because you didn't feel like it.
Dex, what's your PR?
I mean, during quarantine, it wasn't really a thing for me at all. Like why are y'all wearing underwear?
Oh, you just didn't wear it?
No, not during quarantine.
Yeah, that's your bare ass on your couch.
I've gone more than 1 day
and stuff like that. But like, if I'm staying home and working and stuff like that, like, I mean, if I use the bathroom, obviously I'm going to shower afterwards. But like, I'm not putting on underwear every day.
I feel weird if I don't put underwear on. That's
well, it's a little weird when you go in the Giant to get a money order, and then these kids be walking around. You'd be like, "Oh, I probably should put underwear on." But overall, just like honestly, like after quarantine, like you guys know, obviously I work. She knows. Obviously, like in quarantine, it was just kind of one of those things where it's just not necessary every day. And then like I've gotten to a routine where like I don't feel like I need to always wear them.
I think my personal record might be 2 days. I don't think I've gone past 2, especially since I've hit puberty. Before puberty, all bets are off. I was probably wearing the same underwear for weeks. But yeah, since puberty, I'm a changed man.
That was you with them stains, skid marks, and smell. That was you.
The three S's.
I just realized that I'm not ever going to Dex's house. He got balls all over everything.
I wear shorts. Like I don't walk around like with no clothes on. I wear shorts and stuff like that. But like I don't like to do laundry, so I'm not gonna be putting on.
You know them shorts, basketball shorts got them little holes, like them little.
Like I literally just got 4 text messages that said stop talking. So let's move on.
Your balls be going through them little holes, Dex. That's
They
nasty.
said stop talking.
If you piss on my dog, I'm gonna piss on you.
My husband works at an advertising company. We're struggling a bit financially because we're saving up to purchase a new apartment. So I would make sandwiches for him to take with him to work for lunch. Before we had to save, he would spend so much on lunch.
Relatable.
Is there something? All right, I'll read along. Everything was going on well, but I noticed he wouldn't respond when I asked whether he liked the sandwiches I make. But he kept asking me to make more than 2 since he was hungry. Yesterday, he came home with his friend and coworker. We sat at the dinner table and his friend brought up the sandwiches I make for my husband and how delicious they are. I thanked him. Then he said the price was a bit much. I was confused. I asked him to explain, and he said my husband sells the sandwiches I make to his coworkers, then goes by his own lunch from the restaurant. My jaw dropped. I began arguing with him after his friend left. He said there was nothing wrong with it. I told him I will no longer be making him sandwiches if he's selling them to buy fast food. He didn't think it was acceptable of me to lash out and say I won't be making him sandwiches anymore. I was making them sandwiches I love and not to fund his actual lunch. Prepare my school dropout. Do y'all feel me? Oh my Jesus.
I don't. Look, I don't feel you. I think that your husband is a hustler. Like that is genius. Like literally, what he did is what I used to do in elementary school. Like my mom would buy me the lunch.
Your mom, it's not your wife.
Yes, but my mom would pack my lunch, and then like I wanted something else. Like I wanted what the kids were eating. They had the lunch tickets, so I would trade different pieces to get lunch tickets and stuff like that, and get what I wanted. Your husband is doing the same thing. He's not losing anything. Like if anything, he's doing the right thing. You guys aren't spending any additional money. Like you are crazy for being upset about this.
But
also,
what's crazy to me is like people are willing to pay for these sandwiches enough for him to get the lunch that he wants. That's a hell of a compliment if you ask me.
Not only that, what you should have done was got your tail back in that kitchen and made enough sandwiches so he had money to bring back home. That's what you should have done.
I know that's right. Turn a profit on them.
Turn a profit. Y'all.
This one is so nasty. You said you want to, like, you think you're better than these people who work at McDonald's. That's the problem.
Buy some high school dropout.
That's so disrespectful.
I don't like.
I would be kind of offended though if I was making my husband a sandwich. He was selling them.
No, you need to go in there and make enough sandwiches so he got to sell because the demand is clearly there. You are the supplier. It's simple economics. Y'all need to get it. Y'all need to get right.
I'm with you, Ty. I will.
Who's paying for these sandwiches? Man, see, I wouldn't pay for no sandwiches.
Hey, long-time listener here. I started dating a guy during COVID and things are going well. The only issue I have is that he's a grown man with braids in his hair, cornrows, and with designs. Am I being petty or is there an age limit for this hairstyle?
Depends on how old you are, lady.
I think you were cornrows as long as you want. Is that a thing?
Don't your dad have cornrows, Ty?
You tell me.
You don't know what Gino got cornrows? I thought Gino had cornrows.
You probably know better than I do. You tell me. What do they look like?
Let me know.
He might have cornrows. I don't know. Like mine, he don't got no cornrow.
I will say though that I guess like stereotypically there is maybe an age limit to it because like I remember in college people would make fun of people with like girls would make fun of guys with like braids and be like that's childish and stuff. But me, what's under here, I can't talk about nobody else's hair. If you can do it, you can do it. You got it. And if everything else don't sabotage your relationship for his hair.
I don't think there's an age limit. I mean, it depends on what looks good on you. Like if you look good in plaits or braids, I mean, that's up to you. I mean, some people can't rock that, like, you know, past a certain age.
I know people who braid their locks back and it makes it look like cornrows. Is that like socially more acceptable than just having your regular hair braided?
I mean, I don't see an issue. Keanu's saying Allen Iverson is the only one still allowed to wear cornrows.
See, women don't like that.
I'm just finding this out from our viewers that's a thing. I
know cornrows like a couple of months ago. He just cut his hair.
Who?
Yeah, women do not like cornrows. Like they don't.
That's interesting. My hair would never grow long enough to get cornrows. So it's not an issue for me.
If he got a George Jefferson with cornrows, let them go. If not, leave him alone. People say nobody over, I guess 40 is the oldest age we can give cornrows to. Doesn't Method Man have cornrows? No one says anything about him.
I've not
Jim
seen
Jones
in a while.
Jim Jones still have cornrows? We all know Lil Wayne hair looks like, but
it's funny because the woman who I specifically was referencing just commented. She said, "Definitely don't. It's corny and childish."
All right, I guess there we go. Thank you. Someone's sticking up for men's. Thanks, Vance. Don't police men's hair.
Dance police is my hair, though.
Yeah, well, we need to.
Either your husband is smashing that man or your husband's smashing somebody else and that man's helping him cover it up for it.
How far is it?
Wait, you have to do your regular.
No, don't do the whole question.
How far is too far with male humor? My boyfriend was recently on a boys' trip with his college friends. He showed me pictures, and most of them are the guys drunk and all of that. But then he also showed me some videos of them drawing on each other's faces, putting ooh. What?
You have to read that.
I can't say that.
The podcast people don't know what it says.
Putting their penile organs. The penis is not a muscle. It does not need exercise. I'm sorry.
Sorry, we cannot just say that and let that go. You have to explain where that's from. You cannot just say that.
This weekend.
That is a Lincoln thing from back when they have the open houses and Dean, what's her name, gets up there and she tells all the boys, the penis is not a muscle. Girls, you need a man with a plan, not a boy with a toy.
So classic.
That was a classic.
All right. Putting their penile organs on each other's faces while they were sleeping and chasing each other around, peeing and trying to fart on each other. I told him this was extremely crass behavior.
I love the word crass.
He said, this is the norm for guys when they let loose.
Dex is the last one that had a little guys trip. So Dex, were you guys putting your penises on each other's face?
Dexter and no other guy I know
peeing on each other
on their face.
This has nothing to do with the trip that I took. I can tell you that right now. Something about us is just a little different from the person who wrote this question. I'm positive about that.
Absolutely. By the word they use, I know good and hell well. We
not the cocks.
It's no friend that I've ever heard of that we're putting cocks on each other's faces. That's not happening. If I wake up with a cock on my face, I'm going to get shit out of here.
And the thing is, you thought that was so. No, I actually think
that's what guys do. Like, guys do not do that.
I have a friend who has actually told me that this is true. He is white, and he said that when they get drunk and stuff like that, they do stuff like this. I don't know about the taking pictures of it and showing it to people, but I have heard that they do stuff like this. I don't know how normal it is with them.
What joy do you get out of putting your penis on somebody else?
Vince, I think you have to log out for us now at this point.
Yeah, I just wanted to know if that was a thing. I haven't been on a guy's trip in a long time, so I didn't know if that was like.
Well, when you did go on one, because you and Will were in Vegas together, was y'all running around peeing on each other?
As a matter of fact,
peeing on each other.
LB,
please. Okay, I let my LB borrow money
That
to
was
pay
your
his
fault.
dues in January.
LB is line brother for people.
line brother,
Line
fraternity.
brother. I let my line brother borrow money to pay his dues in January. We went to Miami this past weekend, and he rented the Airbnb on his card. Everything was straight until we got back, and he sent me a cash app request for $609 to cover half the Airbnb. How would y'all handle this?
The same way he handled that. Same way he handled them dues.
Yes, send that man his $609. You first off, if you loaned this man money and you didn't say like, "Oh, I need my money back," so for you didn't have that conversation, he's probably under the impression I'll pay you back when I get the money. You booked this trip to Miami with this person, knowing they owed you money. Why would you not pay this man his $600 back? Me.
You treat him exactly how he treated you when you paid them dues. You ignore him just like he's ignored you.
No, you got to get this man his money.
Oh, you know what I'm gonna send? I'm gonna send a cash app. I'm gonna send a cash app request for the amount he owes me, and then we'll see who pays first.
There's no way you owe me money and I'm sending you money, waiting for my money back. I'm going to subtract my money from whatever I owe you. Are you out of your mind?
Let me start, okay, with this. In my first book, Wisdom Wednesday, the book, I tell the people that they need to act their wage.
Oh, hold
okay?
on. Show the book. Show the book. Let them see it.
My little pamphlet, okay? I tell the people, okay, y'all can get it. It's on
Are
Amazon.
those black people's hands?
Yes, and are.
Okay.
Whose hands are those?
Oh, with wise hands.
Wise hands, okay?
Man.
Reaching and touching on the young hand to impart this wisdom. The first thing I tell you in chapter 2 is act your wage. He couldn't afford the dues, so you decided to go to Miami with him and he owed you money? In my upcoming book, I'm going to advise you, don't lend what you can't afford to lose, okay? You couldn't afford to lose it, so you shouldn't have lent it to begin with.
I hate when people say that.
Is that going to be the whole chapter, or is there going to be more than that? Because if so, it's going to be the exact same size.
No, that's not the whole chapter. But the principle is don't lend what you can't afford to lose, okay? You couldn't afford to give that man the money for his dues, which is why you're stressing about it back. Absolutely not. That's not happening. Y'all,
I'm just telling you,
if come at fraternities in the comments.
If you owe me money first and then I owe you money second, I'm going to subtract what you owe from what I owe. And if there's anything left, I will give you what's left from what you owe. I'm
not even doing that. I'm sending two separate cash apps.
I'm just not doing it. I'm like, here you go. Here's what's left from what you owe me.
If you owe me money, we're not going. If you owe me money, we're not going on a trip together. I don't even want you buying your kids coats for Christmas. Why are you buying your kids coats for Christmas? You owe me money.
I'm with you, Will. But I mean, I don't understand these friendships these days. Y'all out here giving money out when people owe you, peeing on each other. Like, I just don't have these kind of friendships. This is very new for me.
Yeah, you got to be family at Dexter's money.
There are some people that are coming to Mexico that do owe me money. I just want to put that out there. Like, that is.
And Dex, you need to tell me, give me the list of who owe you money while we in Mexico, and we're gonna get your money back.
You gonna go collect, Bill?
And you better know I'm gonna go. Tony,
I feel like it's like now you've paid to go to a destination wedding of mine, so now I can't even collect on my funds because you paid. Like,
Dex, you don't even have to worry about it. You give me the list. Me and Jason will Tony Soprano this whole thing and get your money back. Okay?
No, Jason better be. I can't have any of the groomsmen doing that kind of stuff because I want everybody to like them.
I don't.
You don't gotta worry about that.
We don't gotta worry. We're gonna get your money back. And
You
they're
need to
right.
watch The Sopranos. You know how like Tony Soprano was?
Vance wants to do another question.
Okay.
He just wasn't crazy about the options that we had.
Do we have time? Yeah, we got time. Let's do one more. So we want to do love at first orientation or friends with bad music.
I mean, when he said do another question, I don't think he considered what we had as options.
Which one is better? Is love at first orientation? But like, if y'all met in college and you found out your girlfriend was like sleeping with 17 people, it was.
Jason, which one do you think is a good? Oh, Jason, which one do you think is good?
Love at first orientation, I guess.
Let's go with it then. Oof. I feel like a bad manager for even asking this question, but I find one of the new hires, maybe it should be hirees, assigned to me to be amazingly attractive. I would never act on it or do or say anything unprofessional, but I find it unbelievably distracting. When I look at the coaching and one-to-one work I do with my other employees, I outright know I will be uncomfortable doing that with this new hire. I fully realize that the fault is entirely mine. The new person has done nothing wrong. However, I also know it would be much better for that employee if they worked for someone else. The question is, how do I tell my manager that I prefer this employee to be managed by one of our other team leaders? Obviously, it would be very unprofessional to say, hey, can you move S to another team because I find them too attractive and distracting? Or should I say nothing, be professional, and hope the feeling passes with time? Are you 12 years old?
What's wrong with you? Like, what are you doing?
What is your whole thing?
Why did you guys explode on it like that?
Because have you no
What are you
discipline?
talking about?
Give us that other
Oh,
question.
you're so attractive. Like, you feel like you're like a weirdo and a creep. Stop watching our show. Move.
That's rude. Come on, he's really asking.
Okay, we don't have no
But
answer.
if you find someone so attractive that you're gonna push them to another team person, like that's weird.
That's
Well,
ridiculous.
he's admitting it. What do you want him to do about it? If you
You
found someone
don't like anybody that much. Relax yourself.
Please relax and have some discipline about yourself.
Yeah, like a little skunk from that they
No couth. Like
yeah,
what?
it's like that little skunk they canceled. Like move.
They look you. That's exactly what he acting like.
He said he wouldn't act on it. He said he
But
wouldn't.
you're
do anything.
clearly acting on it. You're about to remove this person because you don't have any discipline. You can't control yourself because you're that thirsty. Because
He's asking a question. Should he do it preemptively?
Why would he
Or
do
should he
that?
go
That's
ahead
really
and just
weird.
deal with it?
This person's I'm like, oh well, what's going on here? Oh, I'm so attractive that my manager is moved. Like you're weird. Like stop it.
Well, he's not telling anybody that. He just wants to.
No, like don't leave the person alone. That's
Jason, I think what you should do in this situation, Jason, because clearly this is you. What you should do,
I don't have any
what you should do in this situation is just keep it in your pants.
No, but seriously, like if this person is asking for advice to do something,
we
to
gave
prevent,
the advice. We gave
my advice is you're out of line, and so you need to
the
relax.
advice is
So he
actually
should leave.
have common sense. Get some couth about yourself and have some discipline. You ungrateful swine.
Yeah, because like so every time you find somebody very attractive, you're gonna be like, oh, I can't work with this person. Like how do you live? Like how do you go to Chipotle? If you like, I don't get it.
How do you go to Chipotle?
If it's that bad, maybe you should keep it down before you go to work.
They want to know what you sipping on, Ty.
Nothing.
That Uncle Daenerys 18. What was that? 18, 19?
1884.
84. What's that on there?
Did y'all read that little story I sent y'all? Y'all probably didn't listen to it.
I don't send me anything.
I did.
So no answers for this person.
We gave
Be professional and hope it passes with time. Is that what you're saying?
not hope
Be
it passes.
professional and leave that person alone and tape it down if you need to. But you're
Discipline your damn- discipline your- It's discipline. You don't have any discipline at work. You're an uncultured swine, and you need to discipline yourself, or you're the one who need to find a new job.
like to mess with somebody's career.
Actually ugly
Like
too.
your person gonna be like, well, why are you moving this person? You're gonna have to make something up. Like you're messing with this person's career because you find him attractive. Like that's weird.
I guarantee you he ugly. I guarantee you.
Of course he's like
And he probably drive one of them little windowless vans too.
One of the ones with no windows in the back and just got
No,
two windows in the front.
I lost my puppy. Can you?
ooh, stop it.
Vance, good point. Don't matter who her manager is, she's still gonna be in the same company. Well, at least she's not directly having one-to-ones with you. So I guess. For more questions, where can they hit us up, Bill?
www.realtalklive.com/questions. Jason.
I got a question.